everybody. Welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star, the Flippin Hippo. For those of you that might be new to the channel, I am half of the Flippin Hippos. The other half is Keith. He's my life and business partner. And together we resell on eBay, Poshmark mainly, some Amazon, Bonanza, Macari, and local sales. And we are on YouTube, Instagram. We have a Facebook group. We're on Facebook. So we're resellers and social media influencers, as our cards everywhere say. So that's like the briefest of introductions. We mostly, I mostly do women's jeans and plush, and Keith mostly does men's shirts, electronics, phones, and video games and things like that. But most of you probably are not new, so welcome in. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday, June 2nd, the very first Sunday of June. I got, like 4 things I want to talk about with you guys. They're not going to take that long to talk about. And then I'm going to open up the floor for questions, because usually when I have a topic, it's a good one and I can talk for a long time. And I don't really open up the floor for questions that long. So today's going to be your chance to ask a lot. I'm hoping by talking about these 4 bullet points real quick first, I'll answer some questions ahead of time, because I'm psychic. Hey Dan, welcome in. Thanks for joining us. Anna, hi, from Canada. And Rhonda and Amelia are here, my favorite mother-daughter team. Welcome in. So I want to talk about the new market on Poshmark. Hi Brenda. Home goods. We can sell home goods on Poshmark. That's my We Can Sell Home Goods on Poshmark dance. Hi Mary. Hi Bill and David. Thanks Dan. This is one of my favorites. I actually wore it in Vegas last year. So they did add a new marketplace into Poshmark. It is called Home Goods. And the rules on it are kind of arbitrary and really subjective to your own opinion. I hate to say that, you guys, but you got to go read the fine print. They sent out emails before they let it out, and then they sent one out after. And they have all the items that they allow and the items that they don't allow. And in many instances, they contradict each other. And for those of you that ever played Magic the Gathering or any deck building card games, it's kind of like, well, if a rule says that you can and a rule says that you can't, the one that says that you can't should overrule the rule that says that you can. Just like in a Magic game. That's how Keith and I are looking at it, because the rules kind of really are arbitrary, and they're very subjective. Like, you can sell candle holders, but you can't sell glass or ceramic. Well, most candle holders are made out of glass and breakable. You can sell home decor pillows, but not plush. But what about plush pillows? You see what I'm saying? So my suggestion to everyone would be to go through, read what's allowed, read what's not allowed, make your own subjective opinion on it, go with your gut instinct, follow your moral instincts, and do what you think is right. I do want to add that just because everybody's jumping off of a cliff doesn't make it okay for you to jump off of a cliff, just to sound like a mom right there. Because long before they opened this marketplace, people were putting stuff on Poshmark they weren't allowed to or weren't supposed to, restricted items. And they're going to continue to do it, and they're going to do it long after. They did it before, they'll do it after. So just because you see every Tom, Dick, and Harry with 50 million coffee mugs on Poshmark does not mean it's okay. Because they are glass, they are breakable, they are restricted. They do have a home goods other category you can put stuff in. I know people are putting coffee mugs in there. But again, back to the deck building card games. If something says you can and something says you can't, the rule that says you can't outweighs the can. It's like federal law outweighs state law. You know what I'm saying? If you're not a nerd and you've never played a deck building game, you're like, what is she saying? I don't understand. Coffee mugs aren't allowed as far as I'm concerned, but you got to go with your gut feeling. But yeah, I've had a lot of messages the last 2 or 3 days and questions from a lot of y'all asking me what my thoughts were, because when the market opened, it got flooded with coffee mugs, and plush. There's a lot of stuffed animals on there. I haven't moved any over because I feel like they're against the rules. You got to do what you got to do, though. If you're the type of person that likes to list V-Row items on eBay and restricted items on Poshmark and speed and park where you're not supposed to and break the law in any other way you want or the rules of wherever you're at or what you're doing, that's on you and your own moral compass. We always do what is best business practices and keeping with integrity and having a good moral compass and business ethics. So if it's against the law, not the law, I didn't even mean to say that. If it's against the rules of a platform we're on or something is restricted, following best business practices and having good business ethics, Keith and I will not list it. If it's a gray area and it's questionable, we won't list it until we get a solid 100% green light from someone somewhere that has that authority to tell us it's okay. And that's us. Just this week in our Flippin' Hippos reselling pod, our Facebook group, links in the description box if you're not a member, join. There was the dreaded, oh my gosh, somebody misused shipping supplies thread. And while it didn't get as out of control in our group as I've seen it get in other groups, you have people who come in and basically say, well, you got your item, so what? And the so what is somebody did something that, well, really is against the law. It's a federal crime to misuse free postage supplies, but it's morally wrong. Why are you cutting corners and doing things that you know are wrong to make a penny? I don't really want to get on a soapbox about that, but I just wanted to use that as another example. There are people who, if it's, a victimless crime, it's not hurting anybody, if it makes me money, if I'm not going to get caught, if it's a gray area, I'll go ahead and do it. And that is on you, your conscience, your higher power, and your karma. But as far as Keith and I are concerned, if it's not allowed, it's not allowed. If it's a gray area, you better get a really 100% solid answer before you move forward. And that's just business ethics. And I did say that in that thread about the shipping, that I will step in and I don't want to say get snippy, but I will step in and make it very clear to people in our group on Facebook and on our channel that what I teach people, what I teach you guys to do, what I show you how to do, I always do with best business practices in mind and good business ethics. So that said, let me see who's here. I see Friday. Trisha, hi. Kimberly, hey, welcome in. Cheryl, happy to be here. Carrie Berry's mom, hi. Nathan's here. Red Neckerson's Resells is Nathan, guys. Giselle says, I love your videos. New subber. Well, thank you. Welcome in. Welcome to the pod. If you want to jump off the cliff, you can jump off the cliff, Nathan. Like I said, that's with you and your higher power. And Dan has a very good point. Flippin' Daddy is Dan, guys. It's really not worth it. You get a $10 mug on there and you lose your Poshmark account. You knowingly list a V-Row item on eBay and you get suspended and you've lost your main source of income. You use these to pad something that you ship knowing you shouldn't, and your package gets damaged and they can see inside that these are in there. Then they have the right to open it and inspect it, and you can be in some serious trouble. I've just never seen it. It's never worth it to cut corners or do anything dishonest to me. Sometimes I can understand how sometimes we look around us and we kind of feel like, well, people who cut corners and people who are dishonest always seem to get ahead, and then the honest people seem to get stepped on. But in the end, we honest people usually win out. I do believe in karma, but I also feel like you can only do bad things and be the bad person for so long before you get caught. Even if you don't get caught for what you're doing per se. Good example. Y'all gonna know why I'm using this example. Those of you that know me, Ted Bundy finally got caught because he ran a stop sign. And was it Al Capone they got for tax evasion? So, if you're a bad person and you do a lot of bad things, eventually one of your bad things is going to get you caught, and then you're going to get caught for all your bad things. And then it's time to pay the piper. When you misuse the postal supplies, We all got to pay for it. And eventually they're going to stop giving us free stuff, guys. They will. They'll start charging us for it. They will. Dab Kitty Sparkle, Nicole, right? I'm still learning names here. Nicole, correct me if I'm wrong. She got a pair of Calvin Klein jean leggings for free. They have gold dust glitter on them. Is there a special word to use for that? I would just say dusted gold glitter. I don't think there's a special word. If anybody knows a special word, you can tell her. I would probably use dusted with dusted gold glitter. Yeah, something like that. Thanks, Sherry. That's so nice of you to say. Robert's here. Robert is Zombie Bargain Hunter, you guys. He is the other plush royalty in the house. Although we are seeing an increase of plush sellers in our Facebook group, which I'm really excited about. I don't really feel like plush is as saturated or as easily competitive as clothing is. Keith and I were talking about this on Saturday when we went to a community yard sale, and we walked pretty much the whole neighborhood, so we didn't have to move the car. We were talking about this. It's kind of like I've created a lot of competition for myself, but I really haven't by sharing my knowledge on plush with you guys, because we could all go. All of us. How many of us are here right now? 50 plus me and Keith. 52 of us could go to Goodwill next Sunday, or we could all go to a different Goodwill. 52 people, 52 Goodwills, and we could all come out with the same 5 Tommy Polos, the same 5 pairs of American Eagle and Gap jeans. We could all find Notre Dame's jeans. We could all probably find some similar pairs of shoes, swimsuits, shorts, things like that. But if we cleared out all 52 Goodwills of plush and compared, we may have a couple people who have similar characters, kind of like Winnie the Pooh, Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse. Those ones are kind of oversaturated. So some of us may have similar characters or similar My Little Ponies or Care Bears, but they're all going to be different. They're going to be different brands, sizes, doing different things, wearing different things. Plush is just... There's a lot of it, and there's a lot of Winnie the Pooh. But they're all different somehow. It's really, you're hard pressed to say that 52 different resellers could go into 52 Goodwills, clear out the plush, compare everything. Yeah, we'd all have some similar characters, but I don't think maybe one of us, 2 of us, I guess, would have the same exact plush. But we could all go in and come out with the same clothes. So I don't really see myself creating my own competition. I just see myself spreading knowledge and creating a market that people didn't know existed before. There were a lot of people that used to just pass over plush and ignore it because they didn't realize that there was money in it, and there is. And I mean, like a really good example, my little friend, I don't even know why I listed him and did not keep him. He is a frost pup. This is Silver Fang, I think, from the Legion expansion of World of Warcraft, and I did play that with Casey and Keith, and I had this as my character's little pet. So cute. I really wanted to keep it, but when I comped it, it got listed. So he sold for almost $60. He was on sale this weekend, 50 something, and some change. He'll be in the What Sold video tomorrow. And I paid $25 for him. I found him at a church rummage sale. Now, how many of y'all are going to go to a church rummage sale next weekend and find this same exact rare, dropped only at BlizzCon, Frost Pop, dropped for the Legion expansion for World of Warcraft? Probably not very many. Cherry Bomb, help to feed a hungry hippo. There's your hippo with her ice cream cone. Thank you for subbing to the channel. But you're not. Now, could you go out and find... I don't even think you could find another Henry or a Hannah that easily. I do know one person who had a Henry, the same exact plush Henry. Kelsey on Instagram, she sent me a message and said, I has a Henry too. But he's more rare. I've only ever seen my Henry and her Henry. I'm kind of looking around. I don't really have any plush close to me right now, other than my wolf. He's so cute, isn't he? Anyway, but I just feel like it's not, like if you look through our group, if you're not a member, again, link is in the description. Join our group. We have a lot of fun in there. If you look through every weekend when everybody's out at the sales and at the thrift stores and they're showing their photographs of the plush that they're thrifting, that they're sourcing, that they're finding, that they're asking questions about, they're all different. We had somebody sell 2 very expensive plush. One was an elephant. The other one was a puppy. Really like $60 plush. I've never seen those. Nathan had a giant caterpillar one time, like I forget 3 feet. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've never seen any. I've seen Bill and David with a similar caterpillar to Nathan's, but it was a different brand and it was a different size. So, all right, let me go back up here and see what I missed in the. I did say Flippin' Daddy's Dan, didn't I? I don't know. I can't remember. There's like a delay between the chat and me talking, and sometimes I'm just tired. How's my back? It's my back. I'm functioning better than I was earlier in the week, but it's still acting up. Jamie's cleaning the dog that got ticks. Dan says I always went with, yeah, who are you when no one's looking? That's the real you, right? Wait, star and everyone. Hi, Debbie. Nicole says that's so random. 40 different Elmos. Yeah, Robert would be a really good example of a person who can tell you about oversaturation. Robert, what are you up? Are you up to 4,000 listings yet? And it's majority plush. And he has 40. Like I have probably 100. I'm not kidding. I probably have 100 different Winnie the Poohs, different brands, all different sizes, wearing different hats, different outfits. They're just all different. I bought like 100 of them at a yard sale last year. Some of you remember that, but they're all different. Sometimes I'll find 2 of the same thing. Not very often. Like I could count on one hand all of the same plush I found. I think I found 2. If you give a moose a muffin from Kohl's Cares. I've had 2 similar dogs, plain dogs from Build-A-Bear, but they were backwards. So the one dog, they weren't popular. They were Build-A-Bear, but they were just plain dogs. One was a dark brown with like a light tan eye patch and a light tan ear. And the other one was light tan with a dark brown patch and a dark brown ear. I think I've had 2 similar Mattel Winnie the Poohs, but they were slightly different. One had a holiday shirt. Yeah, so like off the top of my head, that moose was probably... No, I had 2 of the... whatchamacallits from Dr. Seuss. He looks like a moose. Thidwick the moose. He is a moose. Thidwick the moose. He's an orange moose with teal antlers. But one I found with a hang tag in excellent condition, and one was in just good condition with no hang tag. So, I hardly ever find Elmo. I find a lot of Elmos. Yeah, that caterpillar was awesome. And I take it you meant 8 feet, right? I found a large hippo gray. Yeah, but see, Henry's not a dandy. So, well, even if you guys, like, one day I'll have to show you guys, I keep saying that, my entire shelf of hippos over here. I have so many different hippos. I think I have 2 of the small purple ones, but, 3, okay, so Robert is up to 3,350 listings and 2,800 plus. He just lists diligently. He's a very hard worker. Okay, so I just noticed when I turn my head that way, 1, you can see that I did not brush the back of my hair. This is the cheater. I'm on camera. Front looks great. Back is crap. And 2, you can see the huge death pile the hippos are on. Oh my gosh. All right, so we talked about the home goods. Let's talk about the new I'm going to put that in quotes, the new shipping for USPS. Everything I did some research and I read a whole bunch about this, you guys. So, from what I understand, it's really not going to impact a lot of us. So, if you ship a lot of little things like Plush, used clothing, smaller priority packages, it's not going to have any effect on you at all, actually. They're considering their, cubic 12 by 12 by 12. So anything smaller than that is as is. No changes. You won't see any differences. It's packages larger than that they're going to start doing the dimension rate on. And from what I understand, from what I read, the reason they're doing it is because they're trying to encourage people to use smaller boxes and use smaller packaging. At the end of the day, they're trying to... I'm getting distracted. That was like 5, right? I want to peek. So at the end of the day, they're just trying to make room in their trucks. That's what me and Keith think. But, I mean, and think about when you get something from Amazon, and it happens to all of us. We've ordered items that are as big as my phone that come in a box this freaking big with one air pillow in it floating around with the item in this giant box. You guys have all gotten those from Amazon Prime. It's a little bitty item, 1 or 2 air pillows, and a giant box. And that's what they're trying to cut down on. They're trying to get folks, if you can condense your packaging materials, your box size, they're trying to get you to get it smaller and use only exactly what you need. So at the end of the day, it's really not going to be a change for most of us. Unless you're shipping really big boxes. And if you are, see if you can't get it down or use pirate ship. And that's the other thing. A lot of folks are switching over to pirate ship anyway, so. Rhonda and Amelia want to see the hippo shelf. Oh, you guys are working on an owl shelf. I love to hear what other animals other people like, because like everyone has an animal, right? Most people. And if you don't have an animal, you have a thing. Sorry guys, something's in my eye. Keith collects like nerd stuff. Like he has his Dragon Ball Z characters and Marvel. Well, we both have Marvel and DC characters as well. But everybody has a thing. I always like to hear what people's things are, because some people have things that a lot of people don't have. Like you don't see a lot of people who collect hippos or owls. I know of a lot of people that did cows. Put in the comments, what's your thing? What do you collect? I just got a notification pop up. Block my chat. How rude. How many listings do I have? I don't know at current, because Keith was listing his butt off all day and our auctions ended. I'm going to tell you. We have 1910 active. So 1,910 are active non-auctions. So those are our solid, like our 1910 listings. We usually hover closer to 2, but we get down to around 19 sometimes. We used to have the amount, or close to the amount that Robert has, because we were trying to get an anchor store. This was like a year ago, pretty much. It was right around this time last year that we decided that wasn't something we wanted to do. We wanted to focus more on branching out into other platforms and focus more on social media and YouTube and affiliates and stuff like that. So when we did a lot of focus on eBay, we were able to have like 3,000, 4,000 listings. But there just comes a time when if you want to branch out into Poshmark, Mercari, Amazon, if you want to do a lot of affiliate links and social media stuff and YouTube, you have to kind of decide. I'm probably not going to have an anchor store, because there's just only so many hours in the day, and you can only get so much done even with 2 people. And Keith's not full time; he still works outside of the house. Nicole says, I'm sure everyone in the chat has a death pile. Absolutely. This one behind me, I'll tell you a secret, Hasn't even been in a haul video yet. Everything they're sitting on was what we sourced Memorial Day weekend. I have a chair on the other side of the camera. I use rolly chairs because of my disability. I have a chair on the other side of the camera that's twice as high with stuff that I'm supposed to be working on this week. And this is some of last Memorial Day weekend sourcing. There's a whole nother third chair back there with the rest of the Memorial Day stuff. And then downstairs in our foyer, not even come up yet, is everything we sourced this weekend, which was quite a bit. I found a lot of plush. So that said, I will be doing 2 to 3 haul videos this week because I have so much stuff to show you. I didn't get a lot of videos up last week. I did not have a good week last week. I had a bad week as far as pain levels and just not getting stuff done. It happens. That's why I like this job, because I don't get fired. I still have a job. But yeah, I have so much stuff. So I'll be doing a lot of live hauls this week. I don't know what days and times. I just kind of do them. I just pop in. Surprise! Doing a haul. If you miss them, you can always watch the replays. So anyway... Yeah, if you sell large pillows, you might have to worry a really big plush. Again, the measurements, from what I understand, from what I read, were 12 by 12 by 12. I collect Pyrex. I have one Pyrex. It was my grandma's. If you've watched my cooking videos, you've probably seen it. I collect money from eBay. Hey Justin, welcome in. Thanks for joining us. Hello, hello, hello. Bill and David have 10 bags of a death pile. I don't have a death pile. I wish I had that problem. Well, here's what I wish. I wish that we had more items available to us than what we do, because we stock up on the 99-cents clothes because everything else is hard to find, few and far between around here. We don't have flea markets. Every storage unit we've ever seen in and around the Pittsburgh greater area in the auctions has stained mattresses in it and syringes, and that's about it. I guess we're just not in a... Clothes is what we get. We get cheap plush and clothes here. Everybody has something in their area. But yeah, we find a lot. And then we also tend to oversource when it's not wintertime, so that when wintertime comes, we have stuff around if we get snowed or iced in. Well, yeah, and then also we try to list every day. I try to list 10 a day, and Keith tries to list 10 a day on eBay. So that's 20. We need 20 items at the bare minimum. I'm going to be trying something this week. I'm going to try to do 15. We're going to try to up it a little bit to try to get some more sales moving, but even at our minimum of 20 a day, that's 1,000. That's not 1,000. I can't math. That's 100. We need to source at least 100 items a week, just to source, just to list what we want to list. So, hi Donatella, welcome in. Thank you for joining. If anyone has time to check out Bid Wars on the phone, I don't have time. I would get sucked into that. I would get lost. Rhonda and Amelia says we are trying to list 28 a day. Yeah, so we're bumping that up to 25. So we always try to hit 20 a day on eBay, 5 a day on Posh, a video every day, and then all of his stuff that he does with Mercari, Amazon, and local sales, which eats up a lot of his time. So what we're trying to do moving forward, especially before we go to open and put the store on vacation forever and it kills everything, we're going to be trying to do 25 a day on Posh. Sorry, no, that's wrong. 25 a day on eBay, 10 a day on Posh, a video every day. and he's upping some of the stuff he does as far as local sales and stuff. So at least until eBay open, and then when we get back, we'll probably have to do it that hard or harder, grind it away, because when you get back from having your store on vacation and handling time for that long, it always just takes forever to wake the store up and try to get your sales back up. And if this year is anything like last year, we will be going down to Florida for Halloween again to be with Casey and Sydney and Caitlin. So it was like we got back from eBay Open, got everything moving and grooving, and then we went to Florida for Halloween and back to square one. But thankfully that was Q4, so things worked out, right? Donatella says, I've gone from hundreds of monkeys to hundreds of NASCAR. That's funny that you should mention that, because I was actually talking about you earlier. Did you know that? I was telling Keith about your monkeys, how you bought that big lot of monkeys off your local place, and then now you're into your storage units. But you keep finding monkeys in the weirdest places, like that little one. Our storage units around here are just like, if you want a disease or some drugs or a stained mattress. Melly Lynn, hello, welcome in. She just bought a plush Pokemon Build-A-Bear, Bulbasaur that talks. Oh my gosh. No, put yours up. Don't wait. Do not wait for the other two to sell. Put yours up. Make sure yours has really good keywords, really good photos, price yours higher, and it might actually surprise you and sell first. Because sometimes people see the higher prices as having more value or higher value, so they might think something's wrong with the other two and buy yours. Whenever I see a plush that I have, there's only 2 or 3 of, I always list mine. Do not wait. List yours, list it high, and you'd be surprised. He sold in 3 weeks, and there were others of him. So, yeah, I wouldn't wait. Get it up. Somebody might see yours as having more value. Yours might just come up higher in the search for whatever reason that day and sell. You never know. But that's awesome. He's got like everything in the world going for him. He's a Build-A-Bear. He's a Pokemon. He talks. You got him from OfferUp. Awesome. Was he free or did you pay for him? I'd like to know. I'm curious. Bulbasaur is so cute too. He's so cute. If it's a Build-A-Bear Pokemon, it may not have the Tomy tag, but it should somewhere say Pokemon on it. Donatella uses a storage auction website. I don't know if she can put links in the chat. If you can, you're more than welcome to share that with us, everyone. You basically put in your zip code and how far you're willing to travel, and you can virtually on your computer see photos and do auctions right from home on storage units. And you can kind of make your decision based on what you can see. And in everyone in our area, you always see the mattress stained yellow. I'm not kidding. Okay, so the third, I did talk about home goods on Posh. I talked about the shipping. The third thing I wanted to touch upon tonight is the new payment. The payment method eBay's using if you've already transferred over. If you haven't, you're still using PayPal. And Casey talked about this Thursday night in his live show if you guys were there. But they will be having lower fees than PayPal, so they're trying to make it sound juicy for everybody. They're trying to make it sound good. So PayPal does 30 cents per transaction plus a 2.9% fee. Yes? eBay's new payment management system is going to do 25 cents per item and 2.7%. But do you see where I said item instead of transaction? So through PayPal, if one person bought 10 items from you, you paid 30 cents for that one transaction with that person. And then 2.9% of the total sale of the 10 shirts. The way eBay is going to be doing it, you're going to get a 25 cent fee 10 times. So that's $250, and then your 2.9%, 2.7%, sorry, 2.7% plus 25 cents an item. So it sounds like they're cheaper, and individually on one-offs, yes, they will be. But if anybody runs the buy one get one sales, buy X amount, get this off, anybody that buys any more than one item, you're going to pay more, because it's not per transaction. If one buyer bought 100 things from you, you would pay 25 cents 100 times. And I did hear, we are not in their managed payment, their payment method, whatever it's called. We are not in that, and we won't be in it until they drag us kicking and screaming off of the sinking ship with my nails dragging through the wood. I like things the way they are. We enjoy the global shipping program. I know there's diehards out there who do their own international shipping, and that's good for you, but it's not good for us. We don't like it. We like global. Their new payment system doesn't have global. There's a bunch of shenanigans going on over there. People can't use PayPal to pay. And I know Casey told the story Thursday night, and I know Jamie Pace told me a story a couple weeks ago, and I have my own story to tell. And others too. Unfortunately, if you're comfortable in your bed and you're shopping on your phone and you go to pay, they say PayPal's not an option, and your purse is all the way in the other room, or your wallet is all the way in the other room, and you're comfortable, you're probably going to click out and buy it from somewhere else. That was Casey's story. That's what Jamie told me the one time, Jamie Pace. And the time that I don't even remember what I was shopping for, but I just clicked out and went and found someone who still accepted PayPal. It sounds lazy and stupid, but it's true. You're comfortable in your shopping. You just want to click a button and do PayPal. We've all been trained to use PayPal for years now, and it's just, I don't know. So I'm not, until they make us, until they say, in 2020, everybody has to move over. We're sticking with PayPal. We like global shipping program. We like that our buyers have the option of using PayPal to pay us. And then for many folks, Casey touched on this too, was the whole working capital loan, which I'm not going to get into with you guys, but the working capital loan that PayPal does is really, really great for folks who want to grow fast or have an opportunity fall into their lap to get items they know will sell quickly, but they don't have the capital to do it. And then, of course, there's rumors that eBay is going to come up with something similar to the working capital loan that PayPal offers. So we might see that in the future. I'm going to check in on the chat. Storage treasures. Thank you, Donatella. So for those of you that want to get into the storage auctions, storagetreasures.com, and you just search by your zip code, and I think you can even put in how many miles away you're willing to go, and you can look at all these different storage units and you can bid on them. I'm sorry, I was reading. Yeah, Robert, with the Pokemons, Build-A-Bear's typically a safe one if it's branded Build-A-Bear, but there are a lot of fakes out there. You want to look for Tomy, and the other one in Nintendo. I'm having a brain fart. And then the Minecraft, also you want to look for Mojang. You can get suspended if you have Minecraft items that aren't licensed. So you want to look for the Mojang official Minecraft. Hey, Noelle! Welcome in. Thanks for coming in. I just saw you, huh? Yeah, you can check the Build-A-Bears. They usually have something on their paw. If they don't, they have the little yellow tag with the blue paw print. It's a real tiny tag right on their butt usually. And then they have the white tags that we're all familiar with. Noelle says I won't go either. Yeah, we're going down with the ship. We decided that. We were at eBay Open last year. I don't know, Noelle, did you go to the actual pop-up conference they had? PopUp Workshop, sorry. They had a PopUp Workshop for Adyen, which is the new payment management system eBay is using. And they had a bunch of higher up CEOs who all like hemmed and hawed. They couldn't answer questions straight. They couldn't give straight answers. They kind of like talked around you. It just, I don't know. We just decided then and there, like, we'll go down with the ship. When you make us come over, we'll come over. But until then, no thank you. Yeah, Robert says he clicked out. It's not necessarily that you're lazy, I think, so much as that we're accustomed to things being a certain way. And in some instances, it can be lazy. I'm going to tell you what, if it's 1 a.m. and I'm comfortable in my bed and I'm shopping, I'm not getting out of bed to walk 2 rooms across the house to get my purse, to get my debit card. I'm just not doing it. I'm going to find someone that takes PayPal, because then I can just sign it around on my phone. I'm really jealous of that Bulbasaur. Oh, just keep checking back. Check them all the time. Sometimes you'll see them and sometimes you don't. Like, we have a lot usually, but they're never good. And we've had friends, I won't mention names, Casey, and Justin and Lance, a couple others that we've told, and just didn't believe us that they were that bad. It's like, just plug in our zip code. Really, you could see what we're looking at as far as storages around here. They are bad. I'm yawning, sorry. Bill and David are in it. I don't need payments directly. I mean, like, I don't know. If you're running your business, if you're not new, I should put it that way. If you're an established seller and you're running your business correctly, you have money in the bank. You have saved up some kind of nest egg. You have capital. And so you don't really need your money every day. Like, we pull Posh once a week. Sometimes we forget, and every 2 weeks we tell Posh to put it in the bank. That's not a perk to me. I don't really think anything about it as a perk. Because now they're sneaking in this fact that it's 25 cents an item. I don't know. Sometimes eBay really is a thorn in my side, but I can't do anything about it because it is the biggest and best platform to sell them. It's global, got the most eyes on it. You can list whatever the heck you want on there. You know, Amazon every day is cracking down on something else, gating something else. You know, Poshmark is growing their markets, but eBay has the most. Noelle says, I went to an estate sale yesterday, finished her last load from the one she got out, and got an antique book, 1916. Comping at $175. And paid zippity-doo-dah. That's awesome. I never find anything like that. Oh, my back, sorry. Alright, so there is a fourth thing I wanted to touch upon. Well, Shauna, I leave my cha-ching on for the other 61 people who like to hear it and get excited for it. And I don't really worry about turning my sound off. Sorry. Just sold a Genko jeans t-shirt. That's awesome. Alright, so the fourth thing, I just wanted to check in with everyone to make sure that everyone is still motivated, staying active every day, getting through your death piles, getting through your I don't wannas. I know a couple months ago I was on a real kick on that with not only the live shows, but my pre-recorded videos I was putting up for organization and motivation. So I keep getting sidetracked by the chat. Yeah, that Nicole, that's kind of why I leave it on. Well, number one, up until about 30 seconds before I go live, I'm super busy all day long, and I barely have time to catch my breath before I sit down to go live with you guys. And number two, I get a lot of really great feedback, not only from the people that show up live, but that watch the replay later. I get tons of messages in my emails and messages that people love to hear that cha-ching. That it's motivating and it's exciting. And then, I have other reasons why I have to hear if a phone call comes in or stuff, personal life things. I have to have certain text messages and phone calls be able to come through if they come in. Okay, so anyway, for a couple months, like right towards the end of spring, as we were coming into summer, I got really super on that kick of let's all get organized, let's all get motivated, let's clean out our death piles, let's attack the I don't wannas, let's get through stuff, let's get it listed, let's get everything cleaned up and ready to go so that we can list every single day, get into these routines, get the bullet journals, blah blah blah. I say blah 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 my own self, right? Blah blah blah. I don't mean it that way, because obviously all of those things are good to do. Getting through your death pile, getting through your I don't wannas, getting crap out of your house that's just sitting around, wasting space needs to go, and things that are going to make you money need to be listed. Getting organized, getting into routines, getting rid of your clutter, getting your bullet journal set up, your to-do list, all of those things are things that we should all be doing. And like every couple of months or so, I get on this really big kick of, I want to make sure everybody's doing it with me. So let's all talk about it like every day, right? And I kind of stayed away from that for a while because I felt like I was overdoing it with all of the in-your-face, tough love, motivation, do this, do that, excited. So tonight we're checking in, and I'm going to do that again. Is everybody still motivated? Are you guys still attacking those death piles? Are you guys still attacking those I don't wannas? Are you guys still making sure that you're not leaving, I almost said a bad word, that you're not leaving poop all over your house that you're ignoring, walking around, stepping over, that's technically money on the floor that could be in your pocket or your bank account? Are you guys still working on all of that? Are you still keeping track of your time? Are you still seeing where you spend your time? Are you spending it wisely? Are you even keeping track of it? Do you know what you're doing every day? You should. You should absolutely know how much you do each task for when it comes to your business. But you should also know where you're spending your downtime and if you're wasting any. I guess I just want to check in with that. Are you guys still attacking all that? Are you still staying organized? Are you still staying motivated? Are you still doing what you need to do to keep the momentum going? And then are you being organized about it? Are you keeping your hold on, I will learn English. Are you keeping your bullet journals? Are you doing to-do lists and keeping track of your time? I'm trying to do something. Okay, there we go. So that said, it is yard sale season, and yard sale season is the most amazing season for sourcing. As far as sales, it's probably Q4, right? But yard sale season is the best season for us all to be sourcing. You're going to find the best stuff for the lowest amount of money, the treasures. You're going to find the treasures at the yard sales. And I feel like the thrill of the hunt at yard sales is a little more exciting than thrift stores. Now, that could just be me because I live in a cold state and we only get yard sales 3 months of the year, if we get them for 3 whole months of the year. We don't even have flea markets out here, so maybe it's because, the other 9 months of the year we have to we're forced to go to thrift stores in the bins pretty much. Yard sales to me are like the most exciting part of the year. I feel like, it's more exciting for me to go to a yard sale or community yard sale and dig for treasure than it is to go to the Goodwills. But that could be just because of our situation, and I get burned out by the end of winter. I'm so done with thrift stores. I'm like, I just want yard sales. I'm gonna go back up here through the chat real quick. Nathan's $54.97 Genco jeans. Awesome. Good sale. Noelle had 12 sales today, so that's awesome. Cha-ching! Speaking of cha-ching. Cha-ching is my favorite sound. You are a reseller. We want to hear that ka-ching. I wish I had as many ka-chings. I love hearing it. Bill, what's going on? Here's some magic cha-chingies for you. Now you'll get a sale, right? I like the cha-ching. It reminds me you definitely know what you're doing. And yeah, that's kind of a good point too. If my phone was always on silent, you guys would never know that I was selling stuff except for what sold videos. But I feel like it's exciting when I'm live and you guys can hear it going off like that. That's really typical of a Sunday night though. Our auctions are ending. People are paying for stuff, and for some reason when the auction's in and people start paying for them, I guess it gives our store activity, and Cassini likes us for a hot second, because then other things will start to sell are like actual buy it now stuff. But that's pretty typical Sunday night. It's pretty exciting for us. I don't know that I could silence that. Like, ever since the beginning of time, I've liked the Sunday night cha-chings. Well, I'm glad that the majority of you enjoy hearing them. And obviously we're selling stuff, so I'm not blowing hot air at you guys every week. I'm going to keep scrolling through. Nicole says, I'm never organized, motivated, mostly. If you haven't looked at Fly Lady yet, y'all should be looking at Fly Lady. She is an amazing motivator as far as getting rid of clutter out of your life. Literal physical clutter in your house, and then like, you know, emotional and spiritual clutter, and learning how to drink water and take care of yourself and stuff. I absolutely love her. I've been following Fly Lady for probably 13, 14 years, and my life has never been the same. And she has changed my life. And I had a lot of anxiety about clutter and stuff. Like, if you guys have ever watched Hoarders, you hear that on there, that the people that hoard do it because when they go to clean, it's too much, and then they get anxious about it and they can't do it perfect, and then they want to be OCD and they can't, and it builds the anxiety, which builds the OCD, and it's like this horrible thing. She can really help you deal with that if you have any of the kind of anxiety or OCD with your messes. But she just really instills like a good routine in your life, and you can kind of balance your life, your family, your work. She has a thing she calls her control journal. It's a lot like a bullet journal, but it's her system, so you can kind of incorporate that into your bullet journal and make like a hybrid. That's my dinosaur face. I don't know what this was, my T-Rex claw. But yeah, just look up Fly Lady. She's got a lot of great stuff. She picks a new habit every month to incorporate in your life, because I've told you it takes 30 days to build a new habit. So each month of the year she picks something. Sometimes it's to drink water, sometimes it's to exercise, sometimes it's simply to make sure your dishes are done at night. I could go on and on about her because she totally changed my life. Let me just go back down to the comments. Go ahead and throw your questions in, guys. That's what today is for. Noelle says she's got crap in her house and her back porch, in front of her garage, on the side of the garage, in the old office, out in the Zeri barn, in the garage. That's because you bought an entire estate sale, woman. An entire sale. Not sure where organized is. Yeah, Robert is so motivated. He's one of the most... I would have to say, like, out of all the people I've ever known, Robert, you're up there with Jamie Pace and Casey as far as how much you work and your motivation, your work ethic. It's just amazing. Jamie Pace is a workaholic though, but you're up there with him for sure. Bamboo Spine Gal, I've been slacking way too much. After my son gets his braces on tomorrow, I'm attacking. Yeah, be easy on yourself too though, because I know you have a bad back as well. So if you have to take a break or, take it easy, because of your back injury or your disability, or if any of you are suffering from chronic pain or chronic illness, don't beat yourself up. If you are 100% healthy and you're laying around in your bed, you can beat yourself up. You need to get up and you need to get to work. But if you're dealing with some kind of chronic disability and you need to take a break once in a while, don't beat yourself up for it. Take it easy and learn how to kind of cope with it. Like when I was down last week on the heating pad a lot, and over this weekend it was pretty bad. I've gotten over myself. You guys know how I always tell you to get out of your comfort zone? Well, I did. I got over myself. I'm out of my comfort zone. I have been listing and sharing Poshmark on my phone because I didn't have any choice. My back was really out of sorts and I had to lay on the heating pad or I had to be in the bed propped up. And so I just decided this is it. I got to do it because if I don't, nothing's getting done. So if you are disabled, have a chronic illness or deal with chronic pain, number one, take it easy on yourself and please don't beat yourself up or be angry or mad when your body tells you it's had enough. When your body tells you it's had enough and you need to give it a break. Number one. Number two, learn how to incorporate that into your job. Can you relax in your bed after taking a pain pill and still list without making a ton of mistakes, or share your Posh Closet? Can you schedule social media from your bed? Do you know what I mean? Just try to work it in, but take it easy. I think the best thing that most of us need to remember is when your body's telling you it's had enough, take a break and be okay with that. Let's see. Noelle got $300 of silver in China. Woo! And then my whole chat went all the way down. Okay, there we go. Laura says, brand new to the game and I'm learning a ton. Thank you. Well, thank you, Laura. I love to hear it. I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome to the pod. If you haven't joined our Facebook group, the link is in the description box down below. I would 100,000% recommend joining our Facebook group. There are so many members in there who are knowledgeable on things that I'm not. And you can learn a lot. I learn a lot from them every day. I'm in there, obviously. You could tag me anytime you need me. And it's just a really great group of people. It's a very positive atmosphere, and everyone is very helpful. And we do fun posts and fun sharing games and stuff like that. So anyone that's not in the Facebook group, you should be in it. If you're not in it, what are you waiting for? And then I started to read something while I was trying to talk. If you are a member of the Facebook group, don't forget tomorrow when y'all are packing up your packages, or tonight, get a picture of your fat stacks, because we do our Monday fat stack thread every Monday. So I'll be looking for people's photos. And your fat stack could be different from my fat stack. Remember, we're all at a different place in our reselling journey. So you may have 100 listings on eBay and a good weekend for you is 2 packages. And if that's your fat stack, I want to see it. If you're Robert and you have almost 4,000 listings and you have 80 packages going out, that's your fat stack and I want to see it. The reason I do that thread every Monday is so that we can all remember that everyone is in a different spot and we can all take pride in our own fat stacks, or we can all admit my stack isn't fat this week because I flaked, I slacked. You know what I mean? It's kind of like an accountability thing. Here's my fat stack. I'm really proud. Everybody celebrate with me. Or my stack isn't fat because I'm a lazy moose. But, yeah, it's not to make anybody feel inferior or less than. Everyone is at an absolute different place in their reselling journey with different amounts of listings, different amounts of time they have to put into their business. So everybody's average sale through rate, the amount of packages, their fat stacks. They're all going to be different, but we celebrate everybody Monday. Come Monday, everybody that had sales over the weekend, even those of us that flaked off and had bad ones, and we've had like 2 in a row. I think the last 2 weekends were pretty bad for Keith and I. This one is looking good, but I share it and I'm like, I had 17 sales because I laid in bed. But yeah, so don't forget to take your photos of your stacks. Don't forget to not feel inferior to people like Robert. He has almost 4,000 listings, and if you're new and you have 100, your 2 packages are just fine. Those are your accomplishments. Everyone's at a different place. How would we know you were real? I don't know. I'm fake. I'm not real. No, you know who's not real is Keith. No, I'm kidding. Nathan, actually, you met him in Vegas, so you know he's real. But you remember right before eBay opened last year, there was that whole rumor going around that Keith wasn't real. I made him up. If you met him in Vegas, you know he's real. Noelle met him too. My kids have extra kids. That's funny. The Secret Slob is a great YouTube channel about the Fly Lady system. Cool. Cool. So one day I don't have a pen around me. I have a piece of paper and no pen. Secret Slob. I'll remember that. Yeah, I saw a picture of Bill and David's plushies. It was cool. Don't worry too much about steaming, I guess would be my motivation. We wash and dry everything, and then that's good enough for most. As long as right after it comes out, like before it comes in the house, everything gets washed and then run through the dryer, and while it's still warm, we take it and we either fold it or fling it nice. Stuff that's going to go in a haul video gets folded like this behind me. These are all haul video stuff. And then things that are not going to go into the haul video and just go straight to photoing and listing gets flinged. Flung? Flung. Not flinged. Flinged is not a word. But you see how these shirts are laid out real nice in a stack over the back of the chair? They're just laid real nice. So as soon as Keith brings all the stuff in from the dryer where it's still warm, before it has a chance to ball up or wrinkle, fold it if it's going into a haul video. And we have several of these nice rolly chairs around the room. We have one with women's stuff for me. And then when I'm doing a haul video, I am kind of a slob about it. I kind of just throw stuff aside as I show it to you guys. But as soon as it's over, it gets flung nicely, neatly into the jeans, women's or men's, wherever it's going to be ready for photos. We do steam, new with tags, dry clean only, plush, hats, purses, ties, anything we don't want to put through the wash and dryer and risk ruining it. We do steam just to sterilize it and clean it. And then there's certain things that do still need steamed, but we really, for the most part, wash it, dry it, get it out of the dryer immediately and make it neat somewhere. Lay it out, fold it. You really don't have to worry about it so much. And if they have a couple wrinkles, they have a couple wrinkles. We don't care. Y'all can look through our store and find that is a truthful statement. If it has a couple wrinkles, it has a couple wrinkles. That's just how it is. I'm not going to be a perfectionist. Let me see if I can get through these last couple comments because it is time. It is past 10 o'clock and I don't like to keep you guys much past an hour. Melly Lynn, you had 2 items switched and one is not. I'm not sure I understand that. Can you send me a message on Facebook or join the Facebook group and make a post and tag me on it, and I can take my time to answer that a little bit better for you. Laura says she's in the Facebook group. Yay! Welcome to the pod. We do have a good time in there. It's 90% reseller related, but we have a lot of fun hippo posts and videos, and people post motivational stuff and just fun stuff. It's our water cooler. It's where we go to have fun and hang out together and socialize. This job can be very, very isolating and lonely. We're alone all the time. Yes, Robert, I am psychic. I knew you were going to have 80. You better have more than 80 by tomorrow, unless that you're wrapping up. I guess everyone does shipping differently. Never mind. Ignore that. But I hope you have more than 80 by tomorrow. Megan says I go crazy with 4,000 listings. Better Barbie tried the awesome stuff and it was awesome. Well, you're very welcome. I always say between the steam cleaner we use, the shark steamer, and the awesome cleaner, those two people really should pay me, because I talk about those two products the most. I use them in the videos. I talk about them, and people are always buying it and trying it. I need to buy stock in it at least, right? I'm looking, our steamer's behind the camera for once. It's usually back there. Anyway, if you aren't familiar with awesome, it's awesome. You can get it at the Dollar Tree. 82, 2 more came in. See, I was psychic for a minute. I knew you had 80, but I wanted you to get more. All right, guys, we are over an hour. I have got to get to the Posh party and share our closet to the Posh party. Thank you so much for coming in today and spending an hour with me. Or if you came in late or came in for just a little bit, whatever little bit of your time you gave me, you guys, I 100% appreciate it. Time is money in our business, and so when you give your time to me, it means a lot. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for bringing all your questions and for asking me questions and listening to me answer them. You guys are the absolute best. If you have not joined our Facebook group, one more plug. Link is in the description box. Join our group. We would love to have you in there. Like the video before you leave. It does really help the channel, guys. And if you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe to the channel and help us feed Hungry Hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Flippin' Hippos across all social media. Until next time, you guys, go be productive and make some money and sell some plush. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.